Hello, everyone. Welcome to Space Zamboni. It's October, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's spooky season.
Oh my god, that's spooky scary.
So, in honor of spooky season, we're actually doing a podcast very differently, as you could probably tell.
Yeah, very patriotic, as you could see. Red, white, and blue.
So, first off, before we even get started, thank you, Vanessa, for letting us use this home. It's awesome. This is an Airbnb, so if you like it, please feel free to check it out. You could actually rent out the same space. It's a beautiful home.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You can see the mountains and everything like that. There's a lot of antiques around if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Stuff that, I don't know, I feel like the house is very historical. It's like a time capsule.
It has a lot of like depth and age to it, which is really cool. As you can tell, I look a little different today. I look like Zachary Baggas.
Our king.
Our king, Zach Baggas. Him and Eliza Schlesinger in one room.
Yeah, king and queen. If we could have that, that would be like the ultimate dream.
Yeah. So, we want to do a more spooky themed podcast. So, this home is built in the 1850s. It's actually really cool, really historical. And we think it sets like a cool vibe for what we're going to be doing today. So, we always ask every podcast episode, you got any ghost stories? You got any ghost stories, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's become like a weird tradition.
Yeah.
No matter who the guest is, we have to ask them, hey, what are your ghost stories? What do you do?
Wow, now that's a ghost confession
that's
there.
Ghost
crazy taxi confession.
So, I think it should be honorary that we tell our ghost stories first.
Yeah.
So, or at least our weird experiences and stuff like that. I feel like I should FaceTime my mom, because if she was here, man, she could talk for like 2 hours of ghost stories.
That's crazy.
So, maybe next time we'll have my mom call.
That'd be cool. Phone a friend.
Yeah.
Phone a parent.
So that being said, Matt, do you have any ghost stories or any weird, even if we told it before, any weird supernatural strange experiences?
I just have my one story from that. The one that I always tell about seeing like that shadow in my house. Yeah. It was a one-time thing, and that was it.
Please feel free, explain.
Okay, so it was shortly after my mother passed away and everything like that, and I was using the bathroom, and so I was brushing my teeth, and in like the reflection, you're able to see the hallway in the mirror. So when I looked in the mirror after being like, okay, I'm a teenager, I'm getting the pimps and everything like that. So I look in the mirror, and I see the shadow thing looking into my bedroom, and my bedroom's at the very end of the hallway, so it's the last door all the way at the end, to the far right. Yeah. But you're able to see it. But it was a full-blown shadow. You think it would have been, like, the shadow of me, but, like, I tried recreating it, I couldn't. Because if the way my bathroom is, it's in the far left, my shadow would have been going to the left. Like, in the...
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So this one was going into the right, and my door was open. And it was peeking into my bedroom door.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a weird experience. A lot of people see shadow people.
Yeah, but that was it. That was one time, and I never seen anything ever again.
But it's also incidental, like coincidental in a way that it's like around the same time that your mom passes away, that you feel something or experience something like that. I have a bunch, so it's really weird because I consider myself a skeptic in terms of like all the stuff that I see or do or experience. So even if I do have an experience, I'm very quick to be like, okay, well,
debunk.
Yeah, this, that. So when I was young, I'm like super afraid of Chucky for like a long time. I was like I was terrified, and I didn't know why. And my dad comes to me when I'm older. He's like, yeah, when you were young, you'd be in the room and you'd be alone, or you'd be sleeping, and your toys would just go off and start making noises and start talking and doing weird stuff like that. And I'd be like, what? What do you mean? And we also had, I guess that's like a lot of weird technological glitches at my house too, which they say like spirits like to mess with energy or do stuff like that.
Yeah, helps them come into like our plane of existence.
Yeah, so
they blowjob the TV and everything.
Before I even knew what like a spirit box was, we had like this radio in my bathroom. Yeah, and it was like a wall-mounted shower radio. And no matter what time of year it was, like we'd chill in the shower, we'd hang out, enjoy the music, and it would play Christmas music. And we're like, what's up with that Christmas music? Why does it keep doing that? So we got weirded out because we wouldn't even be in the shower, and all of a sudden you would jingle bells, jingle bells.
Would it be the same song all the time?
No, it'd be different songs,
Wow.
but generally Christmas.
So at least like the ghosts had a variegated Christmas track
Holly
list.
Jolly, yeah. The Holly Jolly ghost. And then eventually we're like, all right, forget this. I'm sick of hearing this Christmas music. It's just very strange. We took out the batteries. Lo and behold, it still starts to play Christmas music. And we're like, okay, fine.
It was like charged. It had a Bluetooth battery.
No. So we took out the batteries. No connection to the wall, no nothing. We put it in the basement. And still, off the wall, in the basement, nothing plugged in, no energy to it. Have a holly jolly Christmas. I'm pretty sure my dad like destroyed that or like got rid of it.
Just
He's
threw
like,
it in the trash.
no, it's not. I ain't having it.
He gave it to like the people from the
He
Conjuring.
probably gave it to like here's to the orphanage, the haunted radio.
You like Christmas music? You're gonna love this. Doesn't even need batteries.
I could see my dad being like, Joe, gotta get rid of this. But so on top, like seriously, I have a lot of weird stories. When my dog Ace had passed away, I was really like sad, really beat, and I'm walking past my mom's bedroom because I still lived at my parents' house at the time, and I saw him like laying down in front of the door, but it was like he was made out of light. It was like a really quick like glimpse of just light emanating like up from the floor. And my mom comes out of the room and she's like almost crying. And she just comes to me. She's like, I just felt like he was laying down outside the door. I was like, that's weird. So, I mean, the radio, who knows how it could have held a charge. It could have been something out of the corner of my eye. The toys, I don't know. It's so weird, but it's like you can't explain it.
Yeah, what if your toys got moist?
And then the biggest one that I always tell is the Hat Man. Yeah. So, in terms of shadow people, I was laying down, getting ready for bed, and my dog is like barking at the mirror. He's like, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, all right, dude, stop. Like, my friend Ray, he was staying with us at the time. He brought the mirrors to the house, and he's like, yeah, here, hang out. You could have them. It's like, okay. So Argo's barking. I'm like, I lay down. I'm going to go to sleep. I wasn't like that tired yet. I'm going to lay down, like prep, get ready for bed. And like sleep paralysis, which I had a lot as a kid, less as an adult. And whole body can't move it. I'm laying down. I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like what's happening. In the doorway, I see this man, and he's got a hat. He's a big shadow person, and he walks from the doorway into the room, up to the side of my bed, starts peering over me, and the mirror falls in the bedroom. Right, here's the mirror fall. It's not like it was like, no, it didn't happen. Argo freaks out, runs out of the room. It's like, it was weird. And that's what got me looking into like all that weird shadow people stuff and those weird experiences.
Yeah, shadow people generally are a bad thing.
Well, not in Brazil.
Really?
In Brazil, some of them could be seen as protectors, shadow people. So I will take the Brazilian.
Yeah, I like the protector one then.
Yeah. And it's so funny because Anthony, who we'll have him and my brother on in the second half of the podcast, so they could talk about their experiences as well as or any ghost stories. But he was telling me that he also had an experience with a shadow person, and same for his grandmother, which we found out like literally the other day when we're sitting down at dinner. She tells us like, "Oh yeah, well I used to live in this murder house." Like, oh my God, what? She goes, yeah, and I saw the person who presumably had murdered the family come up the stairs. It was a shadow person, and they walked almost all the way up, turned around, and walked down the stairs. It's like, that's weird. I don't know. But, so that being said, we love ghost hunting shows. And I think it's from our experience that, like, we can look at it and laugh at it even more because some of the things that they see, hear, or do is like
outrageous.
Absolutely outrageous. It's insane. So we have a few. These two clips I know are really funny, but we have a few clips that we're gonna show and we're gonna just talk about. So this is the.
Oh no!
Okay, this one.
the hell just happened? I was just working this like yesterday morning.
This is the same guy who did like the Batman dubs, right?
Yeah.
The booty dubs.
Shit, dude. So long as you're somewhere overnight, like I'm so down. Hello, is there a Phil out here? We're looking for Phil Goodstein. Hey, who are you?
That's how he is, man.
Yeah.
But yes. Looks like another ripped affliction shirt wearing queer. I think it's
Yeah, that gets a little savage.
I'm about to puke. You'll have to excuse me. Yeah, no problem. Oh, is that the book? You better back the fuck up before I smack you with this book. Allow me to explain before you take a look. You see every rapper that ever dies inside.
Okay. So, before we continue, I'd like to already say that's every Ghost Adventures thing.
Pretty
ever.
much.
It's- yeah.
Do you have any history about this?
Yeah, he's always that's his attitude on everything.
Yeah, especially in that, like, we started watching season 1, like, from the beginning, and then, was it episode 3?
Yeah.
Where they went to that prison, and then they were going house to house, because there's a line of houses across the street from the prison. Where the hell was that? Detroit?
I don't remember, but
Yeah, it was crazy.
And even in the Cecil Hotel one.
Oh my god.
Which is like our infamous, we have to always talk about it one, because the way he
That
acts
one's
in that.
insane. That one is like him at his craziest.
And this is like peak Zach Bagans.
Yeah, this is where Bagans was like Broly.
Yeah, Chad Bagans.
Oh my god.
It's also got some pretty interesting facts on Capitol Hill. I think you'd like it. Oh yeah, and it's only 5.
He's looking at the book more than him.
So sick. I feel a strong ghostly presence coming from your house. Do you think we can get a tour maybe? Or yo, I'm still rapping through Phil. Thought I was dead though. What's really good though? What's really Stein though? You should try putting native reverse slow. I need a ghost.
What the hell? There's some ghosts in this house. There's some ghosts in this house.
Yeah, that's as close as we're gonna get to that.
We're gonna have to make that.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking. Okay. I think we get the gist.
Yeah. He's a rap god.
Yeah.
And a rap god.
Really funny because we actually, Brandon from Ghost Hunters, if you're watching this, we reached out to you twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we love your shit.
We love Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
We love Ghost Hunters International, but here's the thing. Why can't you sing "There's Some Ghosts in This House" to the theme of WAP? Did we do something? It was my best friend's birthday.
It was my
Put it on the
birthday.
screen and post. Put it on the screen and post. Where do I have blank space?
Show my sad face in post.
Yeah.
Show me with a birthday.
Yeah, you really sad, and then the note of he has declined his cameo request. We did reach out to him again to see if he'd do anything this time, and
sorry, he's too exclusive. Can't have any of our shit.
yeah. Okay, so this is the funny thing is some of these I'm not sure what you sent me. So I'm afraid when I saw SNL clips, I was like, to be like Matt.
Some of those are a hit and miss. But let's see.
Matt literally threw all these together.
Yeah.
So those aren't going, but let's go here.
Damn.
So what is this? If you'd like to
This
explain.
is this.
Oh,
Yeah, literal.
this is your timestamp.
Oh damn!
Or do you want to go from the beginning?
We'll go back to the beginning.
Some of this we're gonna have to censor.
Oh my god.
So this is in tune with dubbing. If anyone doesn't know the show, we were gonna do a review on this show. It's called Ghost Stories.
It's great. It's an amazing anime.
Basically, the way it works out is that they had it in Japan. They sent it here. They're like, do whatever you want. We don't really care too much. And then the voice actors went nuts to the point where this is basically a parody dub.
Yeah, they went ham.
So this is just some of the best moments.
You went from being a kid's show to a very adult show.
Yeah. It went from being a kid show to being like, oh my god, this is crazy. And also sometimes they'll just be like, Walmart, taking his shit in a Walmart bathroom. We're like, what?
I feel like it's our humor to the T.
Yeah. If anyone hasn't seen the dub, check it out. It's vulgar, but
yeah.
I miss your soft words. Touch me.
Yeah.
Oh
all right.
my
So these are
God.
some of the best moments from that haunted show. Okay, so that.
Yeah, this show's great.
Repeating. This is the official
Dub of the
English
show.
dub
If you
of
go
the show.
on Netflix, this is what you'll see.
Yeah. I can add lines.
Yeah.
I can't used to have lines.
He used to, not anymore.
All right, I'm pausing.
So yeah, seriously, it's on Amazon. You can watch the entire series.
the two seasons.
Yeah. Oh, they don't have the entire thing on there.
I think
Damn.
it's only 2 seasons.
I feel like
Shit.
it's
so funny.
They gave the American version, like, all right, you guys get the green light, go ahead and dub it. And like they went out to lunch, had way too much to drink, came back and was like, we don't really need the script. We know what this is about.
It's funny because the way they paint them is each of them has like their own weird archetype. The guy is like he's horny as hell. He's basically a character out of High School DxD now.
Purple-haired chick is a born-again Christian.
Yeah, she's like super religious. She's born again, and she'll be like, "It's because you didn't pray about
And
it."
she hunts demons.
Yeah.
Like she's got that innate power about it. Yeah.
And the little boy.
That's something you
He
can
has his
figure
own.
out.
Yeah, if you see it, you'll
understand.
It's insane. It's literally insane. I'm gonna keep playing.
Hurry before it gets canceled.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
we will still do a review.
What do you want?
Thanks a lot.
Huh?
Okay, so if you found that to be interesting, watch Ghost Story.
Yeah.
That sounds like something like you guys would have put no sponsor.
Yeah,
Just like
like-
Joshimatsu was like, yeah.
I feel like we're a little more cautious about our humor.
Yeah.
Because of stuff.
Oh, is this is the one? Is this the one that I was talking about?
No.
Let's see. Yeah.
The whole thing.
Still haven't told me what we're gonna do with that. Whatever. Just fill the hole. Just move the boards over there, board mover.
Oh my god, I didn't realize how many times they did that.
Oh, Splinter. Oh. Shut up.
I think this is also has to be like semi-inspiration for our Osamatsu.
Probably.
Like without even realizing
Yeah.
too much. It must have been some form of inspiration.
Subconsciously, because we did watch this before we started doing
did.
Osamatsu stuff.
This is Ghost Stories too?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Years ago, people went in there, but they didn't come out. Not unlike your sister. Hey, man, let's get off the sisters. Especially since I just got off yours.
Oh my god, you can't make it up. It's so funny.
Yeah.
So I guess at this point I have to introduce this because it's going to be what our mid-podcast, instead of a game, we actually have a longer segment, and it might actually end up being a little longer than us even talking
Really?
about stuff. So
Damn.
who knows? We'll see. So what we're going to be going to in a very short amount of time is we actually did a paranormal investigation
Yeah.
of this house. So my thought process is, hey, we're telling creepy stories, we're talking about creepy things, there's weird stuff here. And maybe you as the viewer are like, oh, that's spooky. Maybe I don't want to be in a spooky place. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually try to prove to you that this place is perfectly fine.
Yep.
It's not haunted.
Oh yeah.
And you can stay here all you want.
Hell yeah.
So, during this segment, we actually had Jenny and Justin come with us. We had Anthony, Tony, and Dan, who are still here currently. And it was a really fun time.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys do enjoy. It's quite the blast. Do you have anything to say before we start getting into that?
I definitely didn't dookie my pants. At all.
Yeah. So if you're squeamish or you get scared or whatever easily,
You don't like the paranormal?
yeah, don't like the paranormal, heads up, might be a little spooky for you. As a side note, everything, even though we may have a jokey or funny tone, any of the actual investigating stuff in this whole segment
Was
is-
surprisingly serious.
is real.
Yeah.
all the investigation stuff is real that you're gonna see. And you'll also slowly see my descent into becoming Zach Bagans. So that's
Hail Larkin.
it's part of the exploration of the process. So we're going to go to night 1 of the investigation. We're going to come back. We're going to talk some more to Tony, Anthony, and maybe even Dan a little bit about any ghost stories they may have. And then after that, we're going to go to night 2, and we're going to show what happened there. So, guys, much love, and we'll see you right after that. Mwah. I'm on a green screen. I'm on a green screen. Look, green screen. Green screen. That's actually really funny. So here's a really quick thing. Guys, on this channel, we are comedy, we are gaming, we are entertainment, we're cartoons, we do so many different things. But one thing that we do at the end of almost every single podcast, you could go back and check, I promise, is that we ask if anybody has ghost stories. Before we close off, we always have to ask every single guest we have on, with the exclusion of a few guests, do you have any ghost stories? So that was like one of the starting reasons as to why we even wanted to do this podcast. I promised a ghost hunting segment here. It's supposed to be part 1 of 2. So here's the thing. We went to this house, and our original intention was we're gonna go there, we're gonna film a silly ghost hunting segment, and that's gonna be it. We're gonna be like nutso futso dunzo. And that didn't happen. Like, we went there with full intention to just be like, all right, we're gonna film, we're not gonna find anything, we're gonna make it funny, and we're gonna make a funny video. That's the whole like basis of our channel, is just funny stuff. However, once we did the second night of investigation, which, by the way, this video, the podcast you're watching right now, takes place in between the first and the second night. So this is when we were still cocky about the house. Damn, we just found a lot of stuff, man. I'm not even gonna like... We found so much that I was editing the content, and I was going through, and I was making the podcast. It was supposed to be literally placed right here, and it was too much. It ended up being a 30-plus minute video, and once it hit 30 minutes, I think we knew, like, oh, even if we split this into 15 minutes in the middle, 15 minutes at the end, this won't be able to be during the podcast. So we decided to make its own separate video. Here's the thing. If you want and you haven't seen it yet, feel free to go watch it now, please. If you haven't, I'm going to put a short clip right here, and I'm going to put a short clip at the end of the video, and feel free from that, if you want to watch the full video, watch the full video. If this doesn't interest you, don't worry. For the most part, we're still going to be doing our normal content regardless. I would love to do more of these, but you know, it's a side shigmadiggy. If it does happen to come up with the opportunity to do more, I would love to. That being said, let's go roll right into the clip from what we've now called The Haunting of the Claryville Farmhouse. My name is Alex. I run a comedy entertainment channel called SPACEZAMBONIE, but I've always been interested in the paranormal. When I was young, I had my own experiences with the supernatural, but since then I've been a skeptic, explaining away every experience I've had to date. Until today. My team will be going into this home for 2 nights straight to investigate the paranormal. This is SPACEZAMBONIE Paranormal Division.
My name is Anthony. I'm the tech guy for SPACEZAMBONIE. When Alex came to me with the idea and said, like, we're doing this, I was like, oh, you know, there's like tech stuff that like can be done with this. And he was like, I already got it. And I was like, oh my god, no way, you have like EVP and the night vision and infrared and thermal imaging, and he was like, all of it.
I'm Dan from SPACEZAMBONIE. I was told if I didn't show up here, I'd get fired.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a member of SPACEZAMBONIE. We are at Red Hill Roadhouse. My approach for the first night is to not dookie my pants, so that's step 1 of this evening. On top of that, I just want to see if we could get like an EVP or something like that.
So we're gonna set up the 2 SPACEZAMBONIE computers in here.
So we got the regular cameras with the ring lights. We have the infrared cameras.
And microphones and speaker boxes and stuff.
Got to see how those worked, just so that we can get a baseline of how things are before we went into the investigation.
We're gonna, I think for the first night, we're gonna try to just generalize and see what we can narrow down.
I'm kind of here just enjoy the ride and ask questions and hope I see something, so.
So, guys, that was the first part of our investigation. That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Seriously, that first night was crazy. It was crazy.
I can't believe Dan got his prostate milked by a ghost.
The ghost took his prostate and went.
Hey, it smells like you got a healthy prostate there.
So, as you can see in that video, Anthony, Dan, and Tony, that they all play a very integral role in what we're doing. So do Jenny and Justin.
Yeah,
they did
that was
a fantastic
awesome.
job.
It was really cool having guests. It was like guest ghost adventures.
I know, it felt cool. It felt,
Yeah.
and because we had them on the podcast in the past as well.
It's been awesome. It's reconnecting with friends.
It
That's
is. It was really cool and fun. So we actually have Tony and Anthony here, and we want to invite them on to talk about their ghost stories or any experiences they may have had in the past. So Anthony, come on in.
Come on down.
Oh, what a nice, comfy place to sit.
Like,
So much better than the wood chair.
Do you have the comfy?
I've never experienced this level of comfort.
It's about 3 squirts into this hand.
the comfy.
Yeah, that's the comfy.
Oh my god. So, Anthony, do you have any ghost stories or experiences or weird things, paranormal or just strange?
Yeah. I mean, I guess everybody has like those weird stories growing up and whatnot. Like one time, I used to play flag football because my parents wouldn't let me play normal football. So one time, I did really well, and we're on the way home. We get home, and my parents tell me to go upstairs, change over, and come back down. So I go upstairs, and I change over, and I put my gloves on my desk.
Okay.
And I'm walking out of the room, and as I get under like the fan of the room, which is in the center of the room, as I get under that, I feel a tap on my shoulder, and I look down, and I see my glove, and I was like, "Bye."
Wow.
And I just ran, and probably like just like a little congratulatory, like, "Hey, good job today." But it was more, but to me, I was like 13, I'm terrified.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and when you were older too, there was also a very strange occurrence that I think your mom just found out about with the cross.
Oh yeah. So like, that goes like deep into like, because like that was like a whole
Yeah,
couple
that was
of
it was a
weeks
very
of
strange
for
experience.
us.
Yes.
Because we were all experiencing something weird at our
Yes.
homes, and then my mom was like sick, but like there's like a stomach flu or whatever it was, but things were happening at home too, and like noises in the night, and then Alex is over my place, and we're chilling, and we hear a crash in my closet, and we look, and there's like the way I had a cross in my closet from like my christening, and it had somehow fallen off of its hook and onto the ground and shattered. But the way it fell, it didn't fall like it was facing that way. It fell like as if it had been rotated
Yeah, like it turned upside
and
down
then
and
fell.
Wow.
And maybe that's just like us looking at it weird, but the face of the cross was facing the ground, and like and the head of the cross was facing the ground and towards the wall. So weird.
So we burned sage.
Yeah, so we burned. Everything's cleared up. So
We're like,
yeah, I was like,
I feel you.
yeah, like at the time we didn't have like equipment or anything. Even then, I feel like we just would have been like, no, take care of it. Then like,
Yeah, we
worry
would have been
about
like, that's
proving
weird.
it later. Like,
I got some smudge sticks at home.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just to be on the safe side from returning home from here.
oh,
In case we did bring anything back.
Did you bring any here?
What? No.
No. Rude.
Sorry.
You just
Gotta put my own mask on first before I can put on others.
Or maybe you're Zach Bagans.
That's why I connect with them on a spiritual level.
Yeah. Well, so speaking about that as well.
Yeah.
When I was like watching back like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures, the first
Yeah.
few episodes of Ghost Hunters too, they're very analytical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
And then it gets to like season 8. And
It's okay.
they
Everything's
become like,
haunted.
what's that noise?
Yeah.
Everything's haunted. It's like, what
Something
happened?
That's
Scratched
probably
me.
it's probably in their contract. They're probably like, okay, you have to have this many like scare moments
Yeah.
where it's explainable. You may have like scratched your neck, walked into a cobweb, got itchy, stuff like that. But you got to do it 3 things.
You know what's really funny?
Eh?
the fact that they have a contract, they're getting paid, they have a full TV series picked up. We don't get any money from doing anything that we've done this weekend at all.
No.
So,
I mean, how much have we made in total? Like $4?
like negative money from this trip.
I mean, essential. Like,
After this trip, we're in the hole.
We're deep in the hole.
That's it.
10,000 in the hole?
10,000 in the hole.
Cut that. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Do you have any other weird ghost stories or experiences? Yeah.
Please pay to go on.
Because I know you were also in Okinawa and you had like stuff there.
So like me and a couple of friends, we used to like investigate Nakagusuku Castle and the hotel behind it.
Could you repeat that a little louder? I want to be able to.
The Nakagusuku Castle and the hotel behind it. It is like an off limits place, so like if you go there, you're not like supposed to be there. But I'm not in Japan right now, and so arrest me. Fed boy.
No!
Arrest me, fed boy!
Oh my god. Would you like a jawbreaker?
Would you like a jawbreaker, fed boy? You know, I ate breakfast this morning and then I was a fed boy.
Oh!
But I'm bummed.
Damn.
Yikes.
But,
Are we gonna have to cut all that because of Naz's voice?
it was always like...
Rolf.
No, we're good.
It was like every time we went, there was always just something weird going on. Like you'd hear things down the hall, and it's an open concrete structure, so there can be things. But there was actually one picture that's like I think it's still on my iPhone 6. On my iPhone 6 from like that time. And like I still have the iPhone 6. I plug it in every once in a while, just check that it's there. And like, there's a picture I took, and it looks like almost a chameleon.
Wow.
Like and it, like I took a picture of this and like I'll give it to you. You can like throw it up here, right over Matt's face, and move
Make
over to
my
Alex.
entire head.
But it looks weird because you can like see through it, and I don't think it was like an actual animal of any sort. I've never seen.
That's interesting.
I personally I don't look at like pictures of lizards and stuff, but this has like kind of like a lizard-esque face to it, and like I didn't see it when I was there. I'm assuming if like a lizard is camouflaged right in front of me, I hope I would see it.
Yeah,
like,
or at least be like,
like
well, that's...
okay, there's a shape, and like okay, I can make that out, but this didn't look right on the camera. So,
strange.
like when you see it, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, that's not a lizard.
That's my wife.
What if it's a reptilian?
It's my husband. He's actually a reptilian.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Reptilians are known to shapeshift.
When did you pick up the demonology books and get into that aspect of things?
When I started dating Emma.
Oh.
Her parents sent him to me.
That was a very poor response.
Why is that? Oh!
I don't know.
Did you not like that time frame?
I thought it was just funny.
So after I left Okinawa, I started dating Emma. She asked me like what I wanted for my birthday from her parents.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't know, like demonology books or something. Because like I was like, I could get back into that.
Yeah.
And then they sent me some demonology books.
Wow.
And now like we have two for reference material.
Yeah, it's cool to have.
Yeah.
And we had Anthony on the podcast with Kayla as well, and we didn't like address his existence.
He wrote his own name that episode.
So
rename Anthony.
In terms of like podcast, this is like your first official time being on.
Yep.
So I just want to let everyone know that Anthony's like our IT guy. He like sets up the office, he sets up the switching, he sets up the routing, and he's done a fantastic job so far.
And you set up my Sibian, which was fucking sweet.
But last night you were our Scooby-Doo dog that slept at the end of me and Matt's bed.
So that's the funny thing. So we had the painting room, which Alex kept calling the mirror room.
The mirror
because
room, which
it
became
has a
the
mirror
painting
in
room.
it. It's now the painting room.
Right.
Initially, I had called that room because it was like the only available one, and it looked pretty unhaunted. But then as we started going through the night, we got like a magnetic field, and I was like, I'm not gonna be in that room tonight, guys. I'm gonna be where I'm safe.
Yeah, I did like that. At first, you're like, for safety, I'm asleep at this table, and you just went. And then we're like,
there are blankets and an extra pillow in the cabinet.
Because it goes to so gracious.
I checked that. I spent the whole night checking that blanket for like spiders. And
Really?
You were on the floor.
Yeah.
In the blanket.
Yeah.
So,
If anything, I'd be more concerned about being on the floor.
Yes.
With spiders.
But then I was looking around. I was like,
Yeah. And there were these strange noises throughout the night that kept waking me and Anthony up.
They were,
Which
they
no
were
one
known
knows.
as aliens?
Yeah, those some weird
Yeah, weird.
alien
I
sounds.
kept hearing this horn.
And they would just keep waking me up, and Anthony would wake up, laugh, and go back to sleep. So I don't know.
Alien trumpets.
Maybe there's some kind of alien trumpet in the house.
It's like they say, like when you go like ghosts, you smell like sulfur.
Yeah.
You're smelling something.
We're smelling asshole. Straight hole.
Smells like rotten eggs.
Yeah. All right. So thank you for sitting down. I just want to have Tony come on now and discuss.
Thank you
some
for
of
taking a
his
seat.
Not
experiences.
leaving the comfy
Yeah.
chair.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
You could always come back.
Thank you so much, though,
Thank
for sitting
you.
down and talking.
And now Tony has to leave his spot where he's looking for hornets.
Oh.
Yeah. Now
The hornet bouncer.
Tony's not on hornet duty anymore.
Yeah, no longer
No,
Hornet
no,
Watch.
I'm on
So,
hornet duty. Nothing gets
Tony,
past that
first
shit.
off,
yeah.
welcome. Welcome
you.
to first time on the channel.
Oh, yeah.
So welcome.
Wow! Oh my God!
Yeah.
I mean, my voice has been on the channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
that
Big
is true.
time.
It's-
Because you
technically it's
are
archived.
Karamatsu.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Karamatsu
Yeah.
too. I was gonna say the Pulse Man,
Oh.
classic Zamboni.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Dang.
that's archived. So Karamatsu, the voice of Karamatsu, who looks
In the
amazingly
flesh, yes.
like Karamatsu, his sexy stud body.
You should see him with his leather jacket on.
Yeah,
And his
too
sequins
hot out here.
pants.
yeah. But when Tony first came onto the channel as Karamatsu, before he was even voicing him, Tony would dress as him
Shit.
and not even know who the character was. We'd be like, Tony, you're Karamatsu.
Karamatsu. Yeah.
Especially my sunglasses.
Yeah, with this, you had his glasses.
Yeah.
And we're like, what do you mean you
So
don't know
fun.
who he is?
Oh my God.
So welcome and thank you for coming on and being a part of this experience.
Definitely.
We grew up watching like Scooby-Doo
Yep.
and Ghost Hunters and all that stuff, so being able to do this together is a really cool.
It's living the dream because we were talking about stuff like this back when we were finishing high school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's come
it's
to
insane.
fruition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that we're even
cool.
sitting here and recording this is amazing.
Yeah.
But do you have any ghost stories
Yeah. So, well, as you mentioned,
or
one-
paranormal or weird?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, like the the shower radio was definitely one of them.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you for
That was-
confirming it happened.
It did happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
So another one was.
Oh, sorry. I was taking Matt's reaction from before.
Didn't like the time period?
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So, remember when we were in Rome, and
Oh yeah.
and we were passing by the Colosseum, and my mom and I heard people screaming coming out of the Coliseum, and we asked you and Dad, "You guys heard anything? Like, did you guys hear that? Like, people it sounded like a bunch of people screaming."
Dang.
And they're like,
We're like, no.
"No, we didn't hear anything."
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. There was always upstairs when we used to live upstairs at Mom and Dad's,
Yeah.
right? And then that door. Do you remember that door? The doorknob.
That is true. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I think I
Dang.
blocked that out.
Yeah. So
You
yeah, there was a door in between like the left half and the right half of
Yeah, I
upstairs.
remember that,
Yeah. So that door would open, and at first we thought it was wind or something like that, but the door knob would turn first and then open.
Yeah.
So
That's
it wasn't
crazy.
like the wind's turning the doorknob
Yeah.
and opening it up. But that was another one. There was one time I heard someone scream, "Dad!" coming out of that the left room, the same one with the doorknob.
Yeah, that was my room.
Yeah. I think at the time,
Yeah, the fun
we both
Yeah,
slept
and
in,
Mom and Dad slept in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
room. Yeah.
But yeah, that was another one. When our cousin, remember after the boxing accident.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there was he got into a boxing accident, and he was in a hospital and stuff like that. Like he was like people didn't even think he was gonna make it through the night.
Mhm.
And in the middle of the night, heard. Now I'm trying to remember if it was the front door. It looked like somebody was trying to get in through the front door. And my mom was taking a shower
Yeah.
or a bath at the time.
Mhm.
And she heard someone at the bathroom trying to open a bathroom up. And then she was like, she automatically felt like it was our cousin. It was like, go back to your
Wow.
body, go back to your body, go back to your body. And then the next morning, the doctors were saying, yeah, he definitely like,
He was at some
Expired
point,
for a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
You know what I just remembered too? I
What?
remembered that the Sega the Sega Genesis, when Tony and Rachel were upstairs and I was hanging out in the house. It was only us, I think.
Yeah.
Our parents were out, and they just nervously are like, "Hey, can you come upstairs?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And like everything's unplugged and the Sega's on, and it's on the screen and it's like going, and they're like, "Watch," and they're like, "Plug it in, unplug it," and it's like still going, and they're like. I was like, that is weird. That is
It
strange.
was an Aladdin game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ghost really liked Aladdin, huh?
Apparently.
Well, so maybe the next invention will just be at mom and dad's
Yeah, I
house.
feel like that would be
It
the
really
ultimate
should
place.
be,
yeah, that's
If you're
the
like,
next-
hey, you want to swap houses for a little bit?
Enough for that drive.
Yeah, yeah. That'll be the next. If this one goes well, we'll do another.
Just hang out in your house.
Yeah.
Old house.
We're just playing video games.
Yeah.
We
This
get
is
way too-
fucking dull.
But and I also remembered now when you got. So I used to be in the basement apartment at my parents' house, and I moved out, and you and Rachel moved into the basement. So I was in the new house, and Rachel tells me, she's like, so she remembered me telling her when I was in there, I would be in bed and I would hear typing on the keyboard. And I'd walk in because I had my computer there from the office, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no one there, nothing happening. And so I'm like, come on. Like, door's closed. I go back to bed, just lay down, hear the typing. I'd be like, this is ridiculous. So I go in and I say, can you stop? I'm trying to sleep. And I lay back down and it was quiet. So Rachel's living there, and after I tell her the story, maybe the energy from it or just thinking about it, she's laying down and she hears tick, 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 tick. She said she panicked. She said she freaked out.
Wow, it's Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Ghost Writer.
I'm just like, oh no, I'm going to leave my essay open.
Could you imagine if there's actually like an entire story written on the computer, like it's actually active,
That'd
and the
be
ghost
crazy.
is like, "Hi."
Yeah,
That's
hello.
it. After all that typing, it's just mainly deleting. Shit, I fucked up again. The ghost hands don't work right.
Yeah, I remember typewriters. This is bullshit.
Yeah, this say leveled like a typewriter.
What the hell's going on?
And then back downstairs too. There was that time
Sorry, go.
where we had that AC downstairs because it was really hot in the basement, and the AC remote got thrown across the room while me and Rachel were sleeping.
Wow.
And so she woke up in a panic. Oh, what? is going on?" I'm like, it was the remote. Like, and she's like, yeah, but how did the remote get thrown across the room? I'm like, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it was a remote.
Mom and Dad said something happened to them at the same time.
Yeah, but I don't remember.
But I don't remember what
was.
it is. I can't say.
That sounds more like you have a poltergeist in your house. It's not like a good ghost or anything. It's just like a poltergeist.
That's why we started here, 4.5 hours away.
Oh my god.
And, like I do want to say, right, every time we remember a memory, it changes, right? So that's why it's good, like, that you and I can confirm our stories, like that. So it gives a little more
it's
credence.
syncing
to
up.
Of course, yeah.
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 So that's one aspect of it. And I do want to say, in terms of like what I believe about all this stuff, I know there was experiments about people where they created a ghost, right? Like there's that.
Yep.
Yes.
So where they came up with a whole backstory for a ghost, and they started doing all these things and started noticing that the ghost that they were seeing was having the same backstory they created for that ghost, which to me leads credence to the idea of there being one conscious. And that one conscious being separated into these separate entities, which are us, right?
So what we were talking about on the way up to, we were saying, like, you know, things can happen and it could be subconscious, like the Ouija board or like the dowsing rods and stuff like that. That could totally be subconscious. But if subconscious is collected to this bigger collective consciousness where like, oh, I think of an idea and somehow someone millions of miles away has the same exact idea.
Yeah.
It's like, well, maybe there's some kind of connection there. Yeah. So if we do have a conscious that's connected to like everyone and everything, who's to say? Like all jokes aside, who's to say that like an experience like that is not channeling something else?
Yeah, and there, I mean, you can look at the government websites. They have CIA government documents that you can read. I've read it, and they talk about like all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. They say that the way they describe it is like there's the absolute, right, which would be that collective conscious, and that when we die, we just re-merge with the absolute, right, the collective, and then when we come back to Earth, you know, to live another life and things like that, it's just us going and coming back, going and going, coming back. And now, what's even more interesting is that I did some more research on it and tried to see like. One of the things they mention in CIA documents is like past lives, right? And there's a lot of documentation on past lives and people saying things that they confirm later and they're not even part of the same family, right? Like the kids are not even in the same family.
We have a friend, Jamal, that he believes in past lives and he remembers stuff.
Oh, really?
And he's like, yeah, no, I remember doing this and that and like.
For stuff like that, I really would like if that's the case, like if I get fortunate enough to remember a past life and stuff like that, I want to have a section in my will, like a buy clause that says, like, if I remember this password and everything, I want all the stuff that I left in my previous life and my accounts.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that way I can start off.
Impersonates?
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. Yeah.
And then you're like, no, it's me.
No, it's seriously me.
Which one is it?
I'd be like, there's no way that nobody else could remember this specific word.
Yes.
And this buy clause.
Just have them go to me. I'll validate if it's you.
Yeah.
Like, is that Matt? Dan, how long are we?
You just passed 20 minutes.
Wow.
Okay. So, do you have any other closing stories or anything like that?
I mean, one day I'd like to go more into talking about this kind of stuff.
So I would like to shout out Tony. He has his own channel.
Yeah.
It's Inner Warrior, Inner Warrior Studios, or
just Inner Warrior on YouTube.
So it's Inner Warrior on YouTube. We'll put the link in the description as well. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for being a part of everything, man.
I think is that my phone?
I hear something.
Oh, my alarm. Yeah, I have this alarm that reminds me.
I was like, is there a bee under my
like,
ass? That's what I was concerned about. I was like, that hornet.
If a bee ends up under your ass, the best thing is to just dump the truck on it. Back up that dump truck.
It's still gonna pierce my ass.
Yeah, but
So on a closing note, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
Please shout out like what you do on your channel and all that stuff too, please.
Yeah, totally. So, like, give you an example. I have these tools to help people with self-development, and I do it through, like, a pop culture kind of lens.
Yeah.
Which is
and we
awesome.
get to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, for example, the alarm that just went off right now was an alarm that I set on my phone periodically through the day that tells me, and it's to remind me, it's like, hey, are you inventing something to avoid the important? Because sometimes we go through our day and we start getting into all these things and we're like, wait, is that really, is there an ROI in what I'm doing here, or am I just passing time and because I get caught up in something? So I have these reminders at specific time periods just to remind me. So that's an example of like one of the tools you'll learn on the channel.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So guys, check out his stuff. We're actually gonna have Dan on last to just close up any last stories, and then we're gonna go to the second half of the investigation. But dude, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Talk to you guys later.
So before we wrap up and we do the second half of the investigation, we just want to have Dan come on and do a little bit talking about any ghost stories or anything he's experienced. I think it's really good to have like everyone come on and tell their own.
It's cool. We got the SZ crew.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dan, dude, social media manager,
Ghost entrepreneur.
usually podcast producer.
Yeah.
So thank first off,
Weird being on this.
Isn't that
side.
weird?
It's
Yeah.
so weird.
thank you for everything you do.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're ginormous help with everything.
Especially
And,
with social media, you get our clout. You build our clout base.
And helping with the editing and everything. It's super, super, super appreciated. So, do you have any ghost stories?
Oh my god, I got too many.
Damn.
Let's talk about, because you were talking about how your toys used to move around.
Yeah.
And I actually had an experience at your house when we were kids.
Oh, go ahead.
I think I told you about this.
Yeah.
So, alright, so we're hanging out. Alex, how old were we? Like 13?
Must have been.
Maybe
Damn.
younger?
Yeah, like 12,
Yeah,
13,
so
12, 13.
We're upstairs in his house, and he had all these, like, big-ass, like, foot-tall action figure things. And he was doing something on the computer. I can't even remember. He was working on shit. He was working on content way back when.
Yeah.
I was looking into the future.
So I was like, well, I don't know what to do. So I like set all his like action figures in like these superhero poses. Like Superman was doing one thing, Spider-Man was doing the other thing, and then we walked into the other room, and I looked over and I just saw this ball of light like shoot by, and I was like, what was that? And I go back and all the action figures are in different poses.
Whoa.
And I was like, that's not okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You told me that later, because I remember being like, why did no one tell me that my toys were possessed? That's why.
I feel like I said something. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I was just like,
You're probably,
no.
realistically, you're probably terrified.
Oh, I was.
So-
I remember it.
You had a mud pie in your pants?
I don't know about that much. But... Yeah, Dan went home early that day. I don't know why.
Yeah. He left and he stole my $1.
Oh, was that the day we filmed that?
I think it was.
When I took $1? Yeah. All right, Matt wants me to tell the house ghost. Okay, so we think that there is a woman spirit in our house, and I was the first to notice it. I think I was like 6 years old, and my bedroom's upstairs, and I was walking towards the stairs, and I was about to go down the stairs, and at the end of the hallway between where the office is and office at the time, it's a bedroom now, and the bathroom, I saw this like female shadow just cross from doorway to doorway. Like it was like, oh, I gotta go take a piss or something. And I saw it, and as a kid, you see that, and you're like, oh no. So I froze up, and I just started screaming my head off, hysterically crying. And my mom comes over, she's like, she's standing at the bottom of the stairs, she's like, come on, come down, come down. And I won't move. I'm just sitting there screaming. So she comes up, she's like, what'd you see? I was like, I saw a woman. So my mom was like, okay, Danny's crazy. Don't know what he saw.
We lost him.
Yeah, he's shot. Get rid of him.
Where did I go wrong?
Yeah, it's too late to return him. It's been past 30 days. And then years later, my sister said something, and it like clicked for my mom, and she was like, "Oh, that's different." And then the dog started picking up on stuff in the house.
Wow.
Yeah, so dog gets like super sensitive. We were all hanging out in the basement, and the dog was just like looking, and he was like, don't know what he was looking at, but he was following it with his head. And then it like got far enough away, and he like got up and walked over to the bathroom. And then when he got in there, like the shower dripped. The shower head just like started dripping. And I was like, nope.
Wow.
Nope. Nope.
That's insane.
I'm leaving. I'm out.
That's insane. No, that's cool though.
So, yeah.
So I think that explains too why like hypersensitive to stuff like when you're here, because when you see anything, I bet it brings you back to those weird creepy moments. Because yours aren't so like, oh, it was on and it didn't turn off. Yours is like creepy shadow lady walking and I was terrified.
Yeah.
So all of our experiences like craft us in one way or another. If anyone who's watching that has an experience, or maybe you're like afraid to talk about it and no one really ever brought it up, feel free to drop it in the comments and talk about your own experiences that you may or may not have had.
Or drop it in the Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord. Maybe we'll start a
That'd
page
be awesome.
that's like-
Paranormal.
We'll start a paranormal page on the Discord. We could all talk about our experiences.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I gotta look into that now. That's
Yeah.
not a bad idea.
You might even be able to get a bot to curate it.
Mm.
You guys want?
we would have to.
Yeah.
We'll look into that.
So,
To the fans.
any closing remarks or anything like that?
This is happening after the fact, right? Like we.
Yeah, after the first night. Yeah.
I am emotionally exhausted.
Yeah.
Like
We didn't even do night two.
I'm not
Yeah.
tired physically, but I'm just shot.
No, I get that.
Like, so night 2, I could either just go back to being hypersensitive, or night 2, I might just be like, I'm over it. Like,
We'll see.
Just like I can't process it anymore.
Yeah. The loud thuds in the kitchen, I
Kitchen.
know, was something between
But
you
I
guys.
was hearing it like I was
Now.
doing it today, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe
It
it's
must be
just
pipes.
like
It must be
Yeah, it's gotta be
pipes,
the
yeah.
pipes. I mean, they're all sweaty. They're probably expanding and shrinking from the
But
humidity.
it's just at that moment is what made it creepy.
Yeah.
for you
Yeah,
guys.
when you guys, because we heard it when you
Ouija
guys
board.
started doing the Ouija board, and I was like, all right, I'm just hearing shit, and then I looked at Matt, and Matt like was like, yup, and I'm like, oh no,
I can't wait to review evidence
Yeah.
and go through everything and be like, oh,
it's gonna be wild.
because me personally, I don't know if anyone's noticed. Everyone's like, I just heard like people slipping on the floor. Like I heard a foot slide.
That one was weird.
I heard stepping on the stairs.
Yeah.
Anthony's like, I heard someone sound like they fall, and I'm like,
Because that-
did you?
That all
I'm like, I didn't
happened-
hear anything.
Yeah. 'Cause no,
I'm like, am I got hearing problems or something?
Jenny was downstairs by herself, and she said she heard someone slip as she was
Yeah.
walking. And then like 2 minutes later, somebody was like, oh, I just heard somebody, it was Anthony.
He goes, did
From
someone fall down the
upstairs.
stairs?
Yeah, he's like, I just heard somebody slip.
He goes like they slid their foot on the floor like they
Yeah.
fell, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then later on, though, we were walking down. It was closer to 3 in the morning. And I said, did someone just fall down the stairs?
Maybe that's how somebody died in the house.
Maybe.
They slipped down
Maybe
the
someone
stairs.
fell.
Maybe we should
Cracked
be
their head
checking out
open.
the stairs.
Maybe we should.
Because we didn't really, we
Yeah,
mainly
we
used them as a
focused
patient
on the
for
room.
We've always been
first
away
and
from the
second
stairs.
floor, but
Yeah.
we that's all we were using.
Yeah,
them
That's
maybe
true.
by like the entrance area. We have
Yeah.
I like that this is becoming also part of like the
Strategy
hunt.
for- yeah.
So
We're pack
guys,
hunting. We're pack hunting.
crazy enough, that's the end of the actual podcast. We're going to be going to the night 2 of investigation, which clearly we haven't done yet.
Yeah.
And after that, we'll show reviewing of evidence and all that other stuff. But thank you guys for watching our October episode. It means a lot. If you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, share it to someone who's interested in the paranormal.
Give us your ghost stories.
Yeah, tell us your ghost stories and,
Absolutely.
you know, get involved because we're here and we're an open space and we want to be open to everybody else.
And join us on Twitch and or watch whatchamacallit when we stream and everything.
Yeah,
Share your
we-
ghost stories
yeah.
on there too. Who
We
cares? It'll be
stream
fun.
on Tuesday, Friday, 7 o'clock and 7:30 respectively. And maybe even if you have something that you think is a haunted experience that you want us to look at or check out.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe in the future we could come to a place near you.
Yeah, maybe we could come to a place near you guys or investigate somewhere near you guys if you like the way we do it, you like our energy and stuff like that. So
Maybe you guys can pick out from the comments some ghost stories to read on.
yeah,
that'd be
fun.
cool.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Like
All right.
creepypastas.
Oh yeah, pretty
Maybe
much.
when
Right?
we have
Yeah.
Jenny on the podcast again.
Yeah. So guys, thank you again for watching, and we will see you next time. So much love. Mwah.
Wow.
That was awesome. I really liked that podcast too. That was a good podcast. When I was in high school, I always liked to do lasers for my school photos, but this isn't lasers. Nah, this is Vertigear, baby. This is an ad break. Did you know that? Well, here it is. So, guys, as I promised last time I did the podcast ad break, I would be having a Vertigear chair this time. It wasn't even for the sake of comedy, this chair. I'm gonna be going to Vertigear because this chair sucks. This chair really sucks. Let me tell you, this is one of the coolest chairs I've ever had. Check, you can't see it, but check this out. This goes like this. Honestly, genuinely, this is one of the best chairs I've ever had in terms of like leaning back. Check this out. I'm gonna hit the green screen, so I apologize. Oh, it even leans all the way forward. It leans forward. It leans back. It leans further back. This chair is one of the coolest things I've had. Genuinely. It feels super comfortable. You could sit here, you could edit, you can game. It's the most comfortable I've been in a gaming chair. Do me a favor, if you like it, if you want to try it out for yourself, if you're in the need for a gaming chair, go to spacezamboni.com/vertigear and check out what they have there. You'll be able to get a discount on the chair, so please go there, check it out. Much love to Vertigear. And as always, we have our other baby. You know what it is. This ghost hunt was brought to you in part by Raze. So Raze Energy is one of the best energy drinks in the market. It's filled with vitamins. It's low sodium. It's 0 calorie if you get, you know, the 0 calorie drinks. It's a lot of vitamins. It's very, very, very awesome. So here's the thing. When you are not sleeping, when you are going through the night and you are hunting ghosts, literally hunting ghosts, You need something like this. You need an energy drink, and Raze is definitely the way to go. Go to SpaceZamboni.com/Raze, use coupon code SpaceZamboni. Check it out, because I promise you, you're going to go there, you're going to be like, whoa, these are some really cool flavors. This is pretty awesome. I didn't know I'd be going to Flavor Town. And yeah, you'll be experiencing a one-way express ticket to Flavor Town. Excuse you, phone. There's nothing that actually wakes me up and energizes me like Raze Energy. Cup of coffee, like I always say, does not do it for me anymore. Just one can of Raze is all I need, and I'm powered out throughout the day. No crash, no bad feelings. They have a store locator if you want to find drinks in your area, or you can just order online. Peace out, Girl Scout, and sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. We have two major key points in mind this night: isolating the team members and remaining in complete darkness as much as possible with night vision only. What is strange is just going into night 2, the team felt very different. When the energy during night 1 felt light and the team felt fairly normal, during night 2, something was causing almost everyone to feel anxious and more fearful. You good?
No, but whatever.
I'm gonna shit my... this is on recording. I'm letting everyone know. I'm afraid to be downstairs.
Hang on.
I'm scared. During night 1, I actually felt okay, safe, and I wasn't worrying too much about any activity. But for some reason, going into night 2, something was extremely different. With Anthony and Dan paired up, that left Matt, Tony, and myself to remain in total darkness and isolated from the rest of the team in different rooms. Tony decided it would be best for him to do a small investigation outside to see if there was any energy or activity outside of the house.
Just trying to watch my step because it is pitch black. Can't see anything except through the camera.
Matt stayed in the painting room working on the spirit box exclusively on AM to wean out any additional voices heard on FM. And I stayed at the bottom of the stairs asking questions with the voice recorder. And what we found that night was shocking.
Is there anybody here that previously lived in this house? Oh, God.
What happened?
Matt, you okay?
Yeah. I got a no on the voice box.
What? No, that's not okay. What did you ask?
What was the question?
I asked if there's anybody that lived in this house. Is there anybody here that lived in this house? It said no.
What was the question?
You gotta know for
I said,
anybody
is there anybody here that lived in this house? And the voice box said no.